If God could get you to know one thing, and one thing alone, it's that he loves you. When the Lord demonstrated his might and his power through taking down Egypt, do you know how many disciples he sent out to tell the world about how mighty and how powerful he was? None. When he gave the law on Mount Sinai, and he said, this is how you are to live, do you want to know how many disciples he sent out to tell people about the law and that this is now how everyone in the world is expected to live? None. But when he sent his son to make peace between us and him, even while we were still his mortal enemies, the very people who slayed the Savior, the person who was actually sent to save us, when that happened, when he made peace with mankind, do you want to know how many disciples he sent out into the world to spread that message? To let everyone know that there is good news, that peace has been made, that he loves us more than anything that we could possibly imagine, that his love for us is so unfathomable that Paul says that it requires supernatural strength to comprehend it, and even then it is beyond all comprehending. Millions. He didn't send millions of people to tell us about how powerful he is, or how great his might is, or how right and righteous he is. He didn't send millions of people out to tell us how we're doing everything wrong, to tell us about the law and how we need to get into alignment with his ways. But he sent millions of people out with a simple gospel, that I love you, that I want you to turn back to me, that I want to free you from the kingdom of darkness that you've been in bondage in for your entire life, since the day that you were born, to an enemy who hates you with everything in their being and wants nothing more but to control your life and lead you into destruction. That no matter what you've done, no matter how bad it is, there is nothing that will rise to the calamity that was the death, the slaying, the murder of the very Son of God. That no matter how awful the sin that you have committed, it will never rise to the heinous act that was performed at the cross. And so if he can forgive the perpetrators who murdered his own son, the only truly innocent person to have ever been born, if he can forgive that, then there is nothing that you can do that can rise to the level of not being forgiven. There's nothing you can do that he can't fix. Of all the things that would be worthy to know about God, his awesome power, his righteous judgment, of all of these things, the height and grandeur of his glory, of all of these things, the one thing that he wants you to know, it's that like the father of the prodigal son, he stands on the hill looking out for you, waiting for the moment that you come to your senses, so that when you return, there won't be punishment and discipline, but rejoicing. First the reconciliation, then the restoration. You don't even have to bring your own clothes. If you remember the story of the prodigal son, when the son returned, the first thing the father said was to bring him a clean robe. Where does the clean clothes come from? It doesn't come from us. It comes from him. He doesn't say clean yourself up and then come home. He says come home and then I will clean you up. If God could get you to understand one thing in this life, it's that he loves you and he wants you to come home. Shh.